Welcome back, everyone. We are here today on our Friday review. Today is going to be a fun show. I love being able to bring you the Friday reviews, recapping the week. It just seems like it's like a nice way to end the week. It's kind of pulling everything together from a lot of different sections, a very eclectic, fun show. Hopefully, I bring you some great value here today with some book reviews, a whole box of product reviews that I get sent, two fantastic research articles that you want to know about, an overall philosophy about certain types of companies that you just want to be cautious about. That's all. Not saying don't use, but be cautious about in the future. But of course, we always start with the updates of what is going on. And again, I would be remiss if I didn't say one last time, thank you so much for all of the text messages and DMs and comments on Instagram, YouTube, etc., about me sharing my COVID story. So many people at first couldn't believe, like, you got COVID? Like, how is that possible? You know, you're not supposed to get it, some people thought, or whatever it might be. But remember, and I've always shared this before, and I've talked about it on other shows, it is not, this virus is unpreventable or non-preventable. Like, you just can't, doesn't happen. Like, your body is exposed to it. And about 40% of people or so are asymptomatic. That means that they might have just mild fatigue, a little headache, but you wouldn't even really know it, right? But of course, still potentially transmissible, potentially. Now, but then the other 60% who get it, and again, anybody is susceptible, they may show symptoms. Still unyet known reasons as to why some people have symptoms and some people don't. Kids typically never have symptoms and they get over it very quickly. So it's interesting to look how our genetics and other factors we'll know about in the future affect this particular virus. Now, we know in terms of seriousness, 99+% of the time it is multiple comorbidities and also people over the age of 65, 70 years old. So again, we're all susceptible. I wanted to present a really balanced and fair show. And I believe that's what people said and that's what people heard. And so, again, I'm always just trying to do my best. And I also want to show you that, listen, these things can happen to each one of us. But the nice thing is, again, it's not if you get sick. You will get sick at some point in your life, right? Hopefully not disease-based, but it's how quickly you recover. That's really what it's all about. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone who checked in. I am 100% better. I feel fantastic, and I'm back to everything that I normally did. So grateful for that, of course, very grateful. I know not everybody is in that position, and wanted to express my gratitude and also say thank you. And also, one thing I wanted to add is, when did it become, the halfway through November, essentially, almost? We've got 6 weeks left in 2021. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. And so a couple of things that I wanted to share with you is that in just a couple weeks' time, we are going to begin to talk more about what we have in store for you for 2021. We're talking about brand new, cutting-edge formulations based on the latest and greatest science, but also research-based as well. So that I can't wait to share with you, plus a brand new community-only, I can't talk too much about it, but a community-only aspect for essentially, I hate the word reward, but rewarding you for things that you already do. So again, like, I'm super excited about sharing that. Can't share it yet, but I definitely will as we move closer to December. So definitely stay tuned. If you're not getting emails, I send one a week, that's it. I would definitely tune in. I mean, you can just go to stephencabral.com, scroll to the bottom of the website, and enter your name and email. That's it. Once a week, I send an email on Sundays. And then definitely sign up for Equalife as well, stephencabral.com/Equalife, EQUILIFE. And that not only can you get great deals and great offers, but you'll also be up to date on that as well. All right. That is that with that. Over at Equalife right now, one of the most popular offers for now 3+ years going. Now, we've only been around for about 4 years total, but we started to offer Activated B Complex as a fun giveaway, typically once per year, in 2019. And it by far and away was one of the favorite giveaways that people wanted and asked for. And so it's back. And that is because this is a product that you take 1 or 2 capsules a day. Okay. So you take one at lunch and one at dinner. And then you've got your daily nutritional support in the morning. So you get your B vitamins at each meal. What does it do? Well, It gives your body energy, gives you resilience to stress, helps you better process carbohydrates, and so much more. So this is a full methylated B vitamin plus all of the extras that you don't typically get with a B vitamin. You can check out all the details. Again, it's free, so I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but it's completely free on all qualifying orders. And you can find it over at stephencabral.com/equalife. That will take you right over to that free activated B complex offer while supplies last. What we do is we reserve 500 bottles typically each week to be able to give away. No, I shouldn't say each week, but when the offer is available, we give away 500 bottles. So first come, first serve over at stephencabral.com/equalife. That's EQUILIFE. All right. Podcast recap for the week as I have fire engines going on outside behind me. Hopefully you didn't pick that up on the microphone, but certainly I heard it. All right. So this week, starting off and kicking off with episode 2103 is calculating your alive versus dead time. I truly hope you checked out this podcast. It's something that I always kind of have a little ticker in my mind, but it's something I'm going to be actually planning out to an even greater degree for 2022. And I want you to get started now. So I gave you my exact list of what makes me feel alive versus what makes me feel dead, essentially, right? No life, no energy. And I would like you to make your own list as well. All right, 2104 was signs of omega-3 deficiency. Such a serious issue. I mean, it really is. And remember, you can get your omega-3s from food, supplementation, whatever you want, but what you can't deny is the importance of getting enough omega-3s to cut down on your chances for everything from cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, and Alzheimer's. I mean, these are the leading causes of death. So please do just find out your omega-3 levels. And if you don't want to run the lab, that's okay too. I give you high omega-3 foods that you can use. And if you don't want to eat high omega-3 foods, I also give you the supplements that you can take too. So, that's all right there at stephencabral.com/2104. All right. 2105 was 3 things never to do while fasting. Fasting is one of the most popular topics right now. And so my job, I feel, is to be able to break it down as simply as possible and make sure that you're on the right track. So definitely check that out. 3 things never to do while fasting. Then on Thursday, I give you the 7 myths health experts perpetuate. Not because they're trying to do you wrong, but because they're only looking at the outside of that onion, right? And so what I want to do is take things a little deeper and share with you why some of these things may work in the short term, but be disastrous for your long-term health. That was episode 2106. Today's episode 2107, stephencabral.com/2107, because you'll want to check out these product review links as well as the book recommendations and 2 research studies coming up right now. So about once or twice a week, I receive a box like this in the mail. If you're not watching this on video, you can today at stephencabral.com/2107, or hopefully you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. That community grows every single month by like 1,000, 2,000 people. So it's absolutely amazing. And we love our YouTube community. So again, please do like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that will let you know when a new video goes live every day. All right, so this is a beautifully packed box. You can see if you're watching this on video, not a problem. If you're not, I'm going to go through the audio. But there's so many products in here. And it just so happens, I didn't reach out to them. I didn't say, oh, please, send me your products so that I can review them. That's not how it works with me. There are companies that reach out to me and my team every single week. Maybe we get, again, like 2, maybe 3 boxes a week of great things. Most of them, as you know, don't end up on a Friday review. And they don't because for one reason or another, I don't think the product is as healthy as it could be or something that our community would be interested in. However, Redmond Real Salt, you've heard me recommend many times in the past. Now, this isn't just about sea salt, right? So what's the difference with Redmond sea salt? You can hear it right there. It's micronized. So let's say that your parents don't like coarse sea salt, like Himalayan sea salt, which by the way is also amazing. Or they don't like the flavor of Celtic sea salt because it's really high in sodium and minerals. Like it has a very unique taste to it. And they don't like rock salt from Ayurvedic medicine. Well, if you replace their regular table salt that is probably caked with aluminum and other things with something like Redmond Real Salt, they'll never know the difference. And this has all the trace minerals in it. So the only products my family uses for salt is the Redmond's Real Salt, which comes from Utah. and we use Himalayan sea salt, real Himalayan sea salt. Again, I'm not bashing China or anything like that. I just want you to know that. But we wouldn't buy our sea salt from China. We buy it from the source, which are companies that source it from India in the Himalayan mountains. Okay, so I just want to let you know, I like to go right to the source. Redmond's real salt comes from Utah, the dried out salt beds in Utah, and the Himalayan sea salt, obviously, from India. Okay, so they have one for kosher, which I didn't even know, and then they have a regular sea salt. I haven't actually looked into this package yet. My daughter's actually ripped into this, which they love opening my mail. And then, so these are brand new products to me. They have an onion garlic pepper, which is really interesting. So I like to use a lot of black pepper. I've never used anything mixed with it. And I always look for, are there any artificial flavors? So Redmond says on it, it's unrefined sea salt, no sugar. They are organic. And the only flavors are organic dehydrated garlic, organic black pepper, organic dehydrated onion, and organic dehydrated parsley, plus the Redmond's real salt. So that is a nice, clean product if you like that. Organic onion salt, 2 ingredients. The ancient sea salt by Real Salt, which is Redmond's, and organic onion. They have an organic garlic salt. Again, same thing. Their Real Salt plus organic garlic. Let's see what else. This looks kind of like an allspice, organic seasoned salt. Let's see what's in this one. What do we have? We've got onion, coriander, we've got mustard, we've got celery seed, we've got black pepper, we've got paprika, we've got turmeric, and we've got parsley, and all of those are organic. So again, these aren't artificial flavors. This is the real thing micronized in this. My histamines would be going bananas if I use this organic seasoned salt, but I have no doubts the rest of my family would enjoy this. All right, couple more. We've got organic lemon pepper. Let's check out this one. This is interesting. Lemon and pepper. Oh, they white writing on yellow. Always a challenge to see. So we've got the sea salt. We've got the dehydrated lemon peel, organic black pepper, organic dehydrated garlic, organic dehydrated onion, organic dehydrated thyme leaves. Amazing. Well, that's a nice little product right there as well. Definitely help with digestion. Couple more. We've got little baby sea salt shakers. So if you want to take your, which believe it or not, I know this is going to sound crazy. We actually have brought, like for my daughters when they were younger, a restaurant that we'd love to go to. It was, that's a nice way to put it. Let's just say it wasn't the highest quality in Maine, but we loved to go there. We loved the people, and we the food was fine. It was good. But they used to serve margarine, and they used to serve those little plastic creamers, and we're like, there's no way. There's just no way we're going to give these, especially to our daughters, fake butter and all that. So we used to sneak in, not sneak, but we brought in our own little butter for the girls. And that's funny. But look at this. If you're watching this on video, this tiny little salt shaker, this is a easy to carry if you wanted to bring this to a restaurant. And it looks like I've got 2 more packages here. We've got a coarse sea salt. I mean, these are actually bricks of sea salt, which I've never used before. So, you literally just lick the salt crystal to replenish your electrolytes and curb craving. That's hilarious. I'm assuming the salt would act as an antibacterial, but I don't know that. I have never licked a brick of salt, but this is an interesting one to try out. 2 more in here. This is a new product they're calling Relight Electrolyte Mix, and it's mango flavored. I always go right to the ingredients. Ancient sea salt, GMO-free citric acid, which, by the way, our GMO, if we ever use citric acid, is GMO-free as well. Technically, just letting Redmond know you're not allowed to put that on your label, but we'll just put it there. You can put it on the front saying non-GMO, but not in the supplement facts. Natural mango flavor and stevia leaf, which you're not allowed to write either. You have to do only rubicide A, and natural flavors. And the natural mango flavor contains coconut. Now, I'm assuming this is non-GMO, so that their natural flavors are non-GMO as well. Let's see. Well, I can ask them about that, but I'm sure it is. I mean, this is a company that's only using things like, when I say natural flavors, it's an organic flavor extract, right? So it's an organic mango or organic vanilla. All right, last product. What do we have? We've got Relight. What are these? Relight? I have no idea. It has something to do with electrolytes. Let's open it up. Well, let's actually see what's in their Relight. 810 milligrams of sodium, 400 potassium, 1280 for chloride, 60 for calcium, and 50 for magnesium, plus trace minerals. I mean, I'm looking forward to checking this out. Oh, why does it contain coconut? Plus 80 milligrams of coconut water powder. So that's where they're getting a lot of their potassium as well. Interesting. Again, I'm giving a bigger review today because there's a lot of products. Plus, these are going to be inexpensive for the most part, I think. Oh, okay. And these are electrolyte sticks on the go. So I'm going to check these out. I'm going to try them out. I'll be back. I'll give you updates on these as well. All right. So stay tuned. I'll do some Instagram stories updates. Really nice. Thank you, Redmond Sea Salt, for sending these out. Appreciate it. Again, they don't pay for a review. What I do is it's a great company. Love talking about great products. And if it had any artificial flavors in there or dyes, I would be calling them out. All right. So, and thank you for the bricks of salt. Can't wait to start licking salt blocks. All right. Today's book review of the week. This is something that keeps coming to my attention. So I have never participated in any type of counseling, psychotherapy, or talk therapy that is based on the internal family systems therapy, internal family systems, IFS. Every month or so, I keep hearing success stories from people that are stuck in their life and they can't improve their relationships. They can't improve their work, their finances, their body, their health, their spirituality. And they have tried lots of other things. And again, I have no stake in this at all, but internal family systems, am I correct? Internal family systems therapy has worked really well for so many people. Now, of course, you always have to work with a quality practitioners. There's no doubt about that. But these are also 2 books, and this is a workbook that goes along with this book that I've actually been thinking about creating a workbook for the Rain Barrel Effect that will allow you to do some of the work yourself and maybe see if you begin to jive with it. So what I would recommend, this is actually an easy to read book. It's very well laid out. I have not, full disclosure, I have not made my way through this whole book yet, but we're talking about not a couple people, hundreds of people that just within, I would say let's say over the last 12 months have said they've gotten so much use, value, and overcome so many inner child and childhood trauma-based issues, et cetera, with internal family systems therapy. So these books are written by Jay Early, who's a PhD, and the workbook is by Bonnie J. Weiss, but you can see by the cover, they're based on the same system. So I would definitely check this out. It's something I'm going to be recommending to our IHP Mastery students as well, that since they do a lot of life coaching too, and that's added to their health coaching certification, they're also certified life coach, that they can add this to their repertoire. So I will add this to stevencabral.com/2107. If anybody's looking to do a little bit more self-improvement work, a little bit of, internal work, check this out. And then as always, sometimes, we're all our own worst enemy. We get in our own way. We create our own obstacles. I would definitely recommend contacting an IFS therapist if this speaks to you. Okay. Next up, first research study of the week. And so these 2 research studies are not pleasant, right? They're not rainbows and unicorns and sunshine like we usually like to build up in this community. But they are going to teach us a valuable lesson. And that's that not every company has your best interests at mind. Most publicly traded big corporate companies are all about profitability, and they put profits over people. And that is because that company will not survive unless they continue to grow, increase their stock share, and make more money for their stockholders. I don't make the rules, but those are the rules. Okay, that's just the way that it is. If your company is declining, your shareholders will dump the stock. That's how things work. So what do? They make cheaper products for the same price, and that is what it is, right? Well, again, I don't like to typically talk negatively about companies, but it is what it is. And so this was released about 2 months ago that Target is removing Johnson & Johnson sunscreens and Neutrogena aerosol sunscreen products from their stores. Other companies have also pulled Johnson & Johnson sunscreen and Neutrogena aerosol sunscreens as well. CVS, Walgreens, and Walmart have done it as well. Why would this be? Well, it turns out, and this is going to start playing a video, I will link up this research for you, that basically it's pharmaceutical and consumer companies. So don't think that it's just a consumer company, Johnson & Johnson. They're also a pharmaceutical-based company, right? I think we know that. So they recalled 5 Neutrogena and Aveeno brand aerosol sunscreens and advised consumers to stop using the products and discard them after internal testing found levels of benzene in some sprays. Now, why might this matter? Well, it turns out that these products may cause cancer and other health adverse effects. Now, this is already known, right? This is already known. What companies like this are doing is say, how long can we get away with it? And what is the penalty? Right? That's what they're doing. Oh, the penalty is $1 million or two, like we'll see that in a minute. And they might say, oh, it's $1 million. Okay, well, we're probably going to sell $500 million worth of this product before we have to pay $1 million fine or before it gets pulled off the shelves. And then it will just come back with another ingredient, which isn't yet illegal at that dosages. So I want you to be very careful about the companies you choose from and look at those labels like I just did with the real salt over there, right? So again, when I'm formulating a product, out of the gates is non-GMO. It's a non-starter if it's a GMO product. So now with again, I don't even want to name, I'm not going to name the company that I formulate for. If you know it, great. If you don't, you don't. But you know that every single one of those products are non-GMO. So you don't have to worry about, there being genetically modified artificial flavors or natural flavors or whatever there might be. No, it's non-GMO. Most of the time it's organic if it can be made organic, right? So I just want you to be careful of these companies. And again, if it's a pharmaceutical company, you know that it's about profits, not people. And I'm not trying to say anything overly negative, but again, it is what it is. Like that's what it is. So just in case you say, well, you're being a little one-sided, let's take a look. Let's take a little look at the next research study, which just so happens to be on a pharmaceutical company and pretty much one of the largest in the world. It's called, the name of the company, you probably heard it before, is named Pfizer. And Pfizer just had to pay the largest settlement in pharmaceutical history at $2.3 billion. And that was because the Department of Justice said that they were making illegal claims to their products. Largest settlement in history of the Department of Justice to resolve criminal and civil liability arising from the illegal promotion of certain pharmaceutical products. And this is against Pfizer, $2.3 billion from illegal promotion. And guess what? I posted this on my Instagram stories. It just so happens that it's believed to be about 70% of all ad revenue from your local media, not local, but your national media companies is paid for by pharmaceutical companies. So when you think about that, well, all of their money essentially is coming from pharmaceutical companies. Do you think that they're going to ever bring in news stories about negatives on pharmaceuticals? Do you think they probably talked about this company, Pfizer, or actually saying, yeah, we did wrong. Here's $2.3 billion. No, you'll never hear that on the news, right? 100% you won't. And that's because, again, there's more lobbyists than there even are Congress people, right? So they're getting all of these things. We just saw 3 people from the FDA, 3 people that used to sit on the board of the FDA in different parts of the FDA, all get jobs with other pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and on Pfizer. That means they might get paid a couple $100 as a congressperson or senator, but now when they leave, a kind of handshake deal, oh, here's a $2 million bonus for joining the pharmaceutical team. We have to be careful what we are led to believe. We have to be very careful about what we're saying is okay today, this works today, because what we find is years or a decade later, some of these things may actually cause more harm than good. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, bringing you the straight facts, and sometimes it takes a little time to open our minds to other possibilities, but it's just something to think about. Again, I'm not against conventional medicine. I'm not against pharmaceuticals. They can be absolutely life-saving in acute-based circumstances. So I always have believed that, and I've always said that. But for chronic-based health issues, there's no solution within conventional medicine. There is only masking of the symptoms. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me here today on this Friday review. I appreciate you. Have an amazing weekend. I'll be back tomorrow answering your questions on our Cabral House Calls.